Oh, hey, dude. What are you doing? Oh, you know, just making a prop for a fictional TV show that I'm way too emotionally invested in. Well, hello, and welcome to this week's video. So, I've always gotten obsessed with things. It probably stems from back in the day when I used to prance around in my mom's graduation robe and pretend I was Hermione Granger. Of course, back then, when it was just me being the Pokemon master, that was just being a kid. Now that I'm technically too old to spend my days daydreaming about being the next Disney princess, I'm forced to take my obsessiveness to the internet with everyone else and join the fandoms. For those of you who, for some reason, have never heard of a fandom is just a group of people that join together in enjoying and often crying over their favorite shows, comics, whatever. Not everyone's experienced what it's like to be in a fandom, so I've decided to take my many experiences and put them all together to create the 5 stages of being in a fandom. Stage 1. Finding something you obsess over. Now, this can be done in a lot of ways. The first way is watching a show or reading a comic or something like that looks interesting to you. Who knows? Maybe you'll like it enough that it consumes your life. The next way is accidentally stumbling across something you like so much it completely hits you out of left field. If neither of those work, you can always get recommendations from friends who have already sold their soul to a fandom. Stage 2. Love. This stage is probably the most invested. It could be just for a few days, it could be for a few years. It all depends on how invested you get in whatever the thing might be. Fans on the stage are very invested, so you should be wary not to say whatever that they're obsessed with is stupid. Fans in the stage spend large amounts of time consuming fan art, fan fiction, and other fan works. To be completely honest, don't expect them to leave their computer longer than it takes them to get a bag of chips from their kitchen. This is also the stage that shipping usually starts, but I'm not going to get into that here. Fans in the stage may begin the process of creating fan works themselves, which leads to the next stage. Stage 3. Creation. Sometimes this stage kind of overlaps with stage 2 because fans take all the love that they've gathered for their obsession and just pour it into fan works. They spend hours writing, drawing, cosplaying to give back to the fandom that they've already invested so much time in. And of course, there's always that group that creates GIFs of everything the object of obsession does. When those stages are done, that leads into stage 4, the distracted phase. The fans on the stage may get invested in other fandoms and drift away from the fandom that they were originally in. They may even say that they quit the fandom altogether. They may realize in this stage that they were surrounded by fans that embarrassed the rest of the fandom, or they might realize that they were those fans. Or they could realize that the fandom wasn't the best and they feel ready to move on. However, there still is stage 5, relapse. Inevitably, the fan will return to one of their root fandoms. One that they enjoyed the most, and one that they were very invested in. It doesn't always happen, but when it does, it can happen in a loud way, like posting a quick fan art, or you could do it in a more quiet way, like rereading that favorite fan fiction and telling absolutely no one that you've returned to the fandom you were in when you were 12. There really shouldn't be any shame for fandom relapse, however, because after all, once in a fandom, always in a fandom. And there you have it, the 5 stages of being in a fandom. If you related to any of these, please comment below and we can discuss our fandom struggles together. If you like this, please feel free to give it a thumbs up or hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of me, and you'll be updated when I make new videos. You can also follow me on any of the social media below. So until next time, bye!